Not all legends are about victory.
What's up, people? This is the Nature Girl 30 here, and this is my first movie review for my WWE Movie Mania series. Now, I actually tossed a coin here, and this is going to start off with John Cena's Legendary. I'm going to do the dramas first, and then next time I'm going to do The Rock's The Gridiron Gang. But let's go on and talk about the whole plot of the thing before I get on to my review.
Finish the job.
In the small town of Salazar, Oklahoma, the Chetley name is synonymous with victory. This inspirational tale of a young man's dream to reunite his family through amateur wrestling is as triumphant as profoundly touching. WWE superstar John Cena plays Mike Chetley, a former high school and collegiate champion estranged from his family. Things change when his awkward, undersized younger brother Cal, played by Devin Gray, comes back into his life with a plan to unify Mike and his widowed mother Sharon, which is played by Patricia Clarkston, but not without major setbacks. With the guidance of Harry Red Newman, played by Danny Glover, Cal learns that winning against all odds is worth more than he could ever imagine.
And we're back! Now, knowing that WWE Studios have done this, I actually went into this movie thinking that it was going to be a huge bomber like all the other ones. But I don't mind being wrong this time. This was a pretty decent drama, especially for John Cena's first drama. I really did like the lead cast. They really did pair it well. Everybody had a purpose of being there, and they really did bring up the story really, really well, and I really did like it. I loved Devin Gray's character, because that guy wasn't like 100-pound weakling soaking wet. He was literally, he was probably a nerd, but that nerd could throw down. Like, seriously, he would stick up for himself with anybody getting his face. And I love that character, and he played that character so well. And what can I say about Sharon Clarkston? This woman, Patricia Clarkston. This woman literally played Sharon well. Like, seriously, she was a vet. For crying out loud, she was nominated for an Academy Award. She was the only vet on the set. So honestly, of course she'll be awesome. And then there's Danny Glover, who is always great. I will forever love that man in Lethal Weapon. He will always be awesome in Lethal Weapon movies. But the one thing I can say is that John Cena really, really did okay in this. Now, he's not an expert. He's not an actor. Yes, he does act, and they have scripts like in the ring and on WWE and on Raw and all that. But this is completely different caliber of acting when you are doing drama. He was not that bad. He really wasn't. And you can tell as the scenes went on that he was starting to get better at it. And you could actually start to feel a little bit of emotion come out. It wasn't enough to be like, but it was enough it was enough to have you feel his character a little bit. But like I said, he's not an actor. He's actually getting better at it. That's one thing I am going to say. And the one thing I do love about this movie is the ending. I loved the ending. The reason why I love the ending so much is because it actually does teach you something. And there's a lot of things that a movie does not teach you these days. It's just explosions and craps like that. But I really thought that's what the WWE was going to do. But I was wrong. This was a really good movie, and it really did go with the whole overall theme of the movie. I really did like it, and I liked the way it turned out. The one thing, actually there's more than one thing that I did not like about this movie. It was Madeline Martin. Now, I'm not saying that she's a bad actress. It's just the fact that she just... At first when you see her come into the scene, it just seems like she's reading straight off a teleprompter. Like, oh my gosh, no emotion, no anything. She's just like this, just reading her lines. And then she came in and out of her accents at least 4 or 5 times. She couldn't stay in character, which is one thing that bothered me. And then there were the other actors in the movie. I'm not talking about the lead actors. I'm talking about like maybe the supporting actors, if that's what you can probably say them, or maybe the reoccurring, whatever you call them. I don't know what the whole lingo is. But the point is that some of the actors, especially the bullies in the movie, could not act. They could not act at all. They were stale. And that's in the beginning of the movie. They were stale. They were stagnant. It was like they were all just reading from a teleprompter in front of them, and they had to remember their lines. They couldn't remember their lines. So they had to remember them in their head. I mean, that's how I see it. That's how I saw the whole thing. But as scenes went on, you can tell how everybody was becoming more comfortable with their characters and trying to understand where their characters came from. So they actually got better as time went on. It should have been from the beginning to the end, having the characters being top notch. But this is a WWE Studios movie, so this is pretty much the best it can get. So I can't necessarily hate on that. But the one thing I can definitely say is that this movie, I have to give it 3 stars. The reason why I'm giving it 3 stars is because, oh my gosh, I love the lead cast. I love the emotion. It actually showed you how estranged the family were and what they were going through. And I loved the ending. The ending fit the movie so well. It fitted so well, and I loved it. I was literally clapping at the very end. And that's something I would never thought I would do for a WWE film. And yeah, there was really mediocre acting from Madeline Martin, who played the love interest. And another thing, the love story between Cal and Lily, played by Madeline Martin, honestly, it was just too thrown together. And I mean, the reason why I'm saying that is because these were 2 teenagers. One was more hornier than the other. And honestly, you can tell that he just wanted to be her friend. But then somehow, I guess that she was way horny. And then he kissed her and got way hornier. So it just didn't seem like it was a love story from the beginning. It just seemed like they were 2 horny teenagers that have never kissed each other for the first time. And somehow they get together. That's just the one thing I just couldn't stand. It just bothered me a little bit. But anyway, all in all, this is a 3-star movie. You guys should check it out. That is my verdict, and I'm sticking to it. The next drama that I'm going to do is The Rock's Gridiron Gang. So stay tuned to that. This is the Nation Girl 30 signing off. Leave your comment below, and I'll see you later.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.